Ripple XRP, so we have the exciting news of the T+1 implementation coming in, and Citigroup also said this as well. I mean, as the Financial Times has described it, the T+1 train will soon be hitting the markets. We also have a bit of news regarding the SEC, and we will be looking at the price action today for XRP coin. So all I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. As you can see, currently some of the cryptocurrencies are down by a bit. I mean, we have HBAR down by 5%, we have XLM down by 3.8%, Solana is down by 5.1%, and XRP is down by 3.9%, so roughly anywhere from 3 to that 7 or 8%. We have over here the T+1, so from ISO 2002022 utility, here we come. And Citigroup is saying here, ultimately the industry needs to work together to ensure that T+1's integration is straightforward, and the industry needs to collaborate and facilitate interoperability of systems, whether it is FIX, SWIFT, or any other proprietary systems. I mean, just talking about interoperability, we already know that is synonymous with XRP Ledger because it is interoperable. It can coordinate with the public or private ledger. And so the T+1 settlement is basically just your trade-related settlements. And so that is to do with trading, for example, in your stocks, bonds, and ETFs. And we're going to be seeing a shorter settlement cycle. And the reason as to why this will be is because we are currently on the T+2 as of now, but we will be moving to the T+1, so it is going to be going from a 2 business day to 1 business day essentially, and we're going to be able to reduce the volume in that as well. Now the implementation will be coming out this year in May, and it will be for the US and Canada securities market, and it is going to be paving the way for that trading as well. You'll see over here that Mr. Man has said that when the T+1 settlement is achieved, it can mean that cryptocurrencies are being used for faster settlement times, and T+1 refers to the trade date plus 1 business date for the settlement cycle, and the transition to T+1 settlement is expected to provide several benefits for investors, so we are getting rid of it by 1 day. Pretty good stuff that we have over here. From 707 Crypto, the era of the US dollar is coming to an end, Jim Rogers. Well, I don't think that it is coming to an end as of now, but I definitely think we are seeing more shift in terms of doing the international trades. So we're going away from the US dollar and, for example, making international payments using the Chinese yuan or another currency. But again, the US dollar still remains to be one of the top strongest currencies in the world, and especially for international trades too. So I don't think we'll see it going anywhere as of soon, but there is definitely that threat in terms of the future years with the international transactions. Let's take a look at this.
I own a lot of US dollars, but I know that the era of the US dollar is coming to an end. No currency stayed on top forever, no more than 100, 150 years, none in history. But Andrew, I don't see another currency at the moment that can compete, except the Chinese currency. But China, the currency is a blocked currency. You can't just buy and sell it like you can euros or dollars or something. So until China completely opens its currency, I don't see its practice. Now they're doing it. They've been doing it for 20 years. Not enough, if you ask me. But it's the only currency that I see on the horizon that someday can compete with the US dollar. I hope something else comes.
And China's currency is the Chinese yuan, but we do know that they actually have two currencies. One is for the domestic markets and the other is for international markets. I personally don't think that their currency will be enough to replace the US dollar. And then when I was actually looking at some stats, apparently the strongest currency in the world is the Kuwaiti dinar, and I think the pound roughly came at 5th or 6th place. Now the US dollar is the world's most traded currency as we know of now, and that has a stronghold, and so it will be interesting to see if we will be having a new player coming in very soon. From John Deaton, we have over here about him talking about the SEC and their working practices and how they've been wrong. So in 2021, Gary Gensler testified that exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken FX fell outside of the jurisdictional purview of the SEC and CFTC. And in fact, in April 2021, the SEC made a determination that it was in the public's best interest to grant acceleration for a Coinbase IPO. Now, 2 years later, after he said that, acting as a political operative, Gensler then changed his mind and declared Coinbase's entire business model as illegal and in violation of US securities laws. And do you see the absolute hypocrisy in this? Now, do you think that sounds like an agency and chairman motivated by protecting investors or motivated for some other reason? Do they have an agenda? And you can't just be making up rules as you go along and then changing them down the line when it suits you best. Chad Steingraber says that the SEC is backed into a corner that they cannot win, and loss after loss in their battle with crypto, they risk being sanctioned. And this has been the case with a couple of lawsuits now. They're going to lose against Ripple, they're going to lose against Coinbase, and they're going to lose against the ETH ETF. Congress will step in and remove the SEC. I mean, it has already been said that the SEC won't be the only regulator when it comes to the securities and crypto market, so we'll have to see going forward. But a lot of people have been calling for change at the SEC, getting so many things wrong and not protecting us investors. From High Vibe, we have over here that payments have always been the main focus of blockchains, and Ripple XRP will payments. And we have over here the head of payments products at Ripple.
So ISO 20022 is a global standard for financial information exchange. This enables interoperability between different systems, straight-through processing of payments, and rich data transfer. And it'll also foster competition because it's open and flexible. At Ripple, we've been aligned with ISO 20022 from day one. We've always recognized that this is the direction of payments and it'll be better for everyone. And we were really a first mover on that front. We've also joined the standard body to help contribute to how payments will shape in the future.
I mean, it is important to mention that other cryptocurrencies like Algorand and I believe Stellar and I think Hedera are ISO 20022 compliant, and this standard is a pretty big deal. I mean, when we see this adoption, it's going to help speed up the move towards the greater integration of all of this, because like she has mentioned, it is to do with that interoperability, and that is the messaging, and it's going to be replacing the payment messages that they sent and received via Swift system in general. From Gold Telegraph, we have over here that the funds from the UBS, among others, are reported to have some of the highest exposure to Evergrande over the past 12 months, and I think that this may be in relation to the bonds. And yes, I really don't like it when taxpayers bail out bankers. I thought it was worth highlighting. And just recently there has been a lot of concern, as to whether it is on the brink of collapse or not, and it's going to be affecting not only China but also the financial markets globally, because again we have these large asset management firms that do have some sort of investment in Evergrande, so we'll have to see how that will play out. I mean, the news is only recent, but again in 2021 Evergrande did experience some troubles, and some people are saying that it's just a waiting game and we could actually see it being bankrupt. From ISO 20022, we have over here the cross-border payment infrastructure projects in 2024. So we have different organizations here, the Clearinghouse in the USA. We have April 2024 replacing payment messages through the CHIPS payment system with ISO 20022 messages. We have European Payments Initiative, so that's in the EU region. Mid-2024, launching a European digital wallet in selected countries to enable P2P and retail transactions. Swift, which is global, November 2024, releasing new guidelines for cross-border payments messaging using the ISO 20022. And I think the actual implementation should be happening in 2025. We have CARICOM Banks, Quarterfall 2024, implementing the PAPSS cross-border payment system across the Caribbean. The UK, not yet confirmed, replacing the UK's faster payment system, consolidating all existing payment processing platforms into one system. Banco Central do Brazil, not yet confirmed, concluding CBDC pilot project, rumored to be introducing new features to PIX instant payment system. I believe that Brazil also have some sort of exposure to Ripple's technology as well. I think back in 2021 where they actually signed a memorandum in terms of using their technology. And the Bank of Indonesia, yet to be confirmed, implementing a framework for promoting bilateral transactions in local currency. So all different projects happening here in 2024. Let's take a look at the price action for today for XRP coin. We are down by 3.84%. Now we are trading at 0.5042, and for the volume we are up by 88.47%. And we're trading at $1.9 billion. So in the past few days, guys, we were doing pretty well. I would say probably past 2 to 3 days. We were actually in the green, doing pretty nicely on the one-day chart. However, we've come down. But it's not only XRP, it's actually other coins as well in general. So the market cap is down by 2.12%. And we have a market cap of $1.64 trillion. In the earlier hours of the morning for today, we were trading at 0.5096, just below that 51 cent mark. On the 7-day chart, we are down by 1.9%. I mean, you'll see over here that we've taken that massive dip. On the 30th, we were doing pretty nice at 53 cents, so 0.537. On the 29th, we were at 0.5256. and even on the 28th we were at 0.5323, so we were holding up pretty well for the past couple of days. We've taken that massive dip now from 0.5338 all of the way to a low of 0.4972. So we actually broke below that 50-cent level. I'm gonna have to see over here if we're going to continue to go on a downtrend or if we're going to be able to come back up again. So on the 1 month chart, we are no longer down by 15%, we are down by 19.11%. And you can see over here just this trend. I want to see XRP coin get back up to 53 cents. I think we were doing pretty well, you know, just staying within that range, but we've obviously broken it as of now. Let's get back up to 53 cents so we can get to that 53 to 55 cent range. Guys, if you want daily Ripple XRP coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.